Alright, what's up guys? My name is Ace, and this is my SGDQ submission video for Refunct any percent with new game glitch. Now you may wonder why I'm specifying with new game glitch this time as opposed to just submitting Refunct any percent last time, and that's because we discovered a new glitch which, it was big enough to fully require the making of a new category just to have this glitch in it. It saves about upwards of 20 seconds actually in the route. And completely changes the way that we have to, play and route this game. So, new game glitch, for anyone who doesn't know, I'm going to start a new game real quick. It is a glitch where basically, if you press new game about 3/60ths of a second before you hit a button, then your body will keep moving just long enough while it's transitioning into the new game to actually hit the button, and it will trigger a second piece of the island to rise at the start. Well, I missed it this time. I'll go for it again. Oh. Like that. So now you can see a second piece of the island has risen up, but if you can see there's no button on top of this. You may not think this is actually that useful, but if you do this on the third button or later, it will actually make two pieces of the island rise up at the beginning, and each one will have a button on it. I messed it up again. Give me a second. I'll set this up again. There we go. So now we have two pieces of the island, both of them rose up, and one, or I'll cover that later actually. So both of these buttons will each cause the next piece of the island to rise up. So you can press this first button, it'll cause the third section to rise up. You can press this second button, and it'll cause the fourth section to rise up. And so on and so forth, so we can do buttons out of order, we can even skip buttons at some points in the route, and it gets pretty crazy. So, with that, I'm going to start time in 3, 2, 1, go. Now on to the run. The beginning of this run is going to look very similar to Refunct any percent. Until I get to this third button here, and I will be doing new game glitch by grabbing the ledge and hitting new game as I'm pulling myself up. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip the third button actually and go straight down to the fourth, so I can come back and hit that button later. So the route will temporarily look very similar to the any percent route, just up until we can actually hit the third button again. Coming up, I'm going to be doing a skip called Dive Skip. I'm going to dive under the water to sort of just get on top of this button early and hit it, and then go for a nice little pipe jump after. And now here, I'm going to do some wall jumps actually to get up to where the third button is, and then jump down into the pit, super jump back out, and now we're going to continue. So now we're doing a lot of the buttons out of order to, save a bunch of time. Normally there would be a lot of backtracking and stuff you gotta do in the route, but we completely skip over that by having just multiple buttons. I'm going to be going for the leap of faith here in a second. This is a pretty tight jump. Nice, and I made it. Alright, so now, once again, doing buttons out of order. Doing some nice little platforming. So after you do new game glitch and get past the beginning of this run, there really isn't too much hard tricks. From here on out, everything is pretty easy. It's pretty simple platforming. But I think it would be a cool showcase at GDQ just to show, how broken this game got with the discovery of a new glitch, pretty much right after GDQ. So here I'm going to completely skip those buttons over there, I don't need to hit them to cause the golden button to rise up, so I'm just going to move straight over to this button over here. And now we are going to go to the final button. Time will end whenever I hit the final button. And time. 2:30:46. So this is actually a couple seconds off of the world record. But that's not too big of a deal. It was still a pretty good run. It's actually 16 seconds under the any percent world under the any percent world record, which is a 2:46:92. And I mean, it can save even more time than that for sure. So yeah, that was Refunct any percent. Thank you guys for watching, and I really hope this gets into GDQ.